Let's dive into how taxes work in the crypto world, where things can get a bit more complex than traditional finance. The IRS looks at your crypto activities through two main lenses: capital gains tax and income tax. Each has its own rules, and understanding the difference is essential for every crypto investor or trader. Income tax is pretty straightforward. It's what you pay on earnings from jobs, freelance gigs, or services, including if you're paid in crypto instead of cash. Capital gains tax, on the other hand, applies to profits you make from selling assets, like stocks or cryptocurrency, after holding them for a period of time. For example, if you buy a cryptocurrency for $100 and later sell it for $150, you're taxed on the $50 profit you made from that sale. The key question for every crypto transaction is it considered income, or is it a capital gain? This can depend on how you acquired the crypto and what you do with it. This distinction not only affects how much tax you owe, but also when you need to pay it and how you report it to the IRS. Misunderstanding these rules can lead to overpaying or underpaying your taxes, and that can result in costly penalties or unwanted attention from the IRS. Grasping the difference between income and capital gains is crucial for anyone who wants to be a savvy and responsible crypto investor. It's the foundation of your crypto tax strategy, and getting it right can save you money and stress in the long run. Let's make sure you understand it from the start. The IRS treats cryptocurrency as property, not as a traditional currency, and this distinction has a major impact on how your crypto is taxed. Unlike cash, which is simply spent or saved, crypto is considered an asset, much like stocks or real estate. This means every time you use, sell, or trade crypto, you could be creating a taxable event. Selling your crypto for fiat currency, such as US dollars, triggers a capital gains tax event. The IRS wants to know if you made a profit or loss on that sale. For example, if you bought Ethereum for $2,000 and later sold it for $3,500, you've realized a $1,500 capital gain. This gain is subject to tax, just like if you'd sold a stock for a profit. But it's not just selling for cash. Trading one cryptocurrency for another, like swapping Bitcoin for Solana, also counts as a taxable event, even if you never touch fiat money. In these cases, you must calculate the fair market value of the crypto you received, measured in US dollars, at the time of the trade. This determines your gain or loss. Even using crypto to buy everyday goods or services, like grabbing a coffee at your favorite cafe, counts as a taxable event. Each purchase is treated as if you sold your crypto for its dollar value. For every transaction, you need to determine whether your crypto increased in value since you acquired it. This means tracking your original purchase price or cost basis and comparing it to the value at the time of the transaction. As you can imagine, this makes using crypto for daily purchases a real tax tracking headache. Every coffee, every online order, every swap must be recorded and calculated. Every coin-to-coin swap, sale, or purchase is a reportable transaction. Failing to report even small trades can lead to issues with the IRS. Understanding these rules is key to managing your crypto taxes effectively and avoiding surprises at tax time. Consulting a tax professional can help you stay compliant. It's crucial to keep detailed records of every transaction, dates, amounts, and values to ensure your tax reporting is accurate and complete. Doing so not only ensures compliance with IRS rules, but can also help minimize your tax burden and even speed up your refund. The IRS's property classification is the main reason capital gains tax is so prevalent in the crypto world. It's a unique challenge for digital assets. Grasping this concept is essential for anyone navigating the world of crypto taxes. The more you know, the better prepared you'll be to handle your crypto tax obligations. Some crypto activities are treated as income, not capital gains. Receiving crypto as payment or reward is like getting a paycheck. The tax liability is created the moment the crypto hits your wallet. Mining and staking rewards are classic examples of taxable income. The fair market value of mined coins is considered income. Airdrops and crypto payments for services are also income. If you didn't buy it but received it as a reward or payment, it's income. Understanding this distinction is key to managing your crypto taxes. Let's break down and compare how taxes work for the same cryptocurrency depending on how you acquire it. Understanding these differences can help you make smarter decisions and avoid surprises at tax time. Scenario A: you buy FutureCoin for $100. In this case, simply purchasing the crypto isn't a taxable event. You only need to keep track of your purchase price, also known as your cost basis. Scenario B, you receive future coin as a reward, such as from staking or mining. Here you must report $100 as ordinary income and pay income tax on it, even if you don't sell the coin right away. Fast forward a year, and let's say future coin's value has soared to $1,000. Now you're thinking about selling. In scenario A, you have a $900 capital gain, the difference between your sale price and your original purchase price. This gain is typically taxed at a lower long-term capital gains rate if you held the coin for over a year. In scenario B, you also have a $900 capital gain, but remember, you already paid income tax on the initial $100 when you received the coin as a reward. This means earned crypto is taxed twice, first as income when received, and again as a capital gain when sold. It's a double layer of taxation that can catch people off guard. In contrast, purchased crypto only triggers a tax event when you sell, and you're only taxed on the gain above your original cost. That's why tracking your cost basis, the amount you originally paid or the value when you received the crypto, is crucial for accurate tax reporting and avoiding costly mistakes. For purchased crypto, your cost basis is simply the purchase price you paid for the coin. For earned crypto, your cost basis is the fair market value of the coin at the time you received it, which is also the amount you reported as income. This side-by-side comparison highlights why it's so important to understand the tax treatment of your crypto. Knowing the rules can help you plan ahead, minimize your tax bill, and stay compliant. Understanding tax differences impacts your wallet. Income tax rates are higher and progressive, reaching up to 37%. Capital gains tax offers advantages for long-term investors. Holding crypto for over a year qualifies for lower long-term rates. This incentivizes a HODL strategy, reducing your tax bill. Selling after 11 months versus 13 months can halve your tax rate. Misclassifying transactions can lead to audits and penalties. Correct classification ensures compliance and avoids financial headaches. Strategic tax planning is crucial for maximizing your crypto profits. Knowing the rules helps you keep more of your hard-earned money. Good record keeping is key to managing crypto taxes. The IRS requires accurate reporting of every transaction. Track the date, type, cryptocurrency, quantity, and market value. For buys and sells, note the purchase and sale prices. For trades, record the value of what you gave and received. Use crypto tax software like Coinly or CoinTracker for efficiency. These tools sync with exchanges and generate necessary tax forms. Being a responsible crypto owner means being a responsible taxpayer. Tax authorities are increasingly sophisticated in tracking compliance. Start with good records and consult a tax professional if needed. This ensures you're building wealth on a solid, compliant foundation. Invest with confidence, knowing you're meeting your obligations.